as a 404 today new design close.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to video number 2 out of our 6-part series. So what is this series about? It's how do we turn $1,000 into $500,000. Now last week we ran the ad and now we're going to show you guys the result. So last week we ran the ad and then now we're going to show you guys the result. So let's turn, and remember guys, this video is raw. I don't intake the leads. Stanley in our office intakes all of the leads. And I'll be honest, he can tell you more about this part of the sales process than I can. So listen, I'm gonna flip my camera around so you guys can see what we're talking about. Oh, just this morning?
Yeah, 4 leads this morning, and then we got about 6 from yesterday. Don't get confused about the buckets here, but that's essentially where we're at.
Yeah, that's how you can organize however you want. So
it was about Sunday. So Monday morning when we got in, I don't know if you can look up here.
Monday morning.
So I was just documenting everything. So in the morning we had 18 new leads over the weekend. 9 answered, 2 were booked, 7 were no-go, 9 were no answered. In the afternoon, I had 2 callbacks, they were no-goes. I had 6 new leads that came in, and then 6 no answers as well. And then, so we're getting the leads, right? And I just want to talk on this, right? I only booked 2 on Monday, and think about it, I had over 18 leads over the weekend, and I had about 6 new that came in by the afternoon. So a lot of guys are like, oh man, my leads suck, this or that. I don't know if you guys are getting the same amount of leads as us. And again, this is just with $1,000.
Yeah.
All these leads are.
Well, think about it. We haven't even spent $1,000.
No,
it's gonna be spent.
Out.
Yeah, it's gonna $1,000 spent in the course of what, like probably 30 days.
No, it will be the 30 days. And all these leads that I'm showing you, this is a custom pipeline. So these are tags for that ad that we're running for $1,000 that you guys saw last week. So again, that's what we had coming in over the weekend, and I only scheduled 2. Now again, I want to remind you guys, we're literally booking into mid-September. So it is challenging for us when we're making these calls. I was telling Alex, I had a guy the other day that said, I was like, hey, yeah, timeline was, when were you guys looking to move forward? He said, oh, like in a month or 2. I said, hey man, I'm with you, to be fully transparent, we finish our designs and permits in the wintertime. So the soonest we can touch a product is going to be about, the beginning of September, right? Yeah. As of today. He's like, I'm going to have it done by then, just hung up on me. So it's just kind of the nature of the beast, but that should also be good news for you guys. Like, if you don't have a crazy schedule, there's people like us, there's a lot that we can't book. I had a lot of good projects this week that I just couldn't book because times didn't match, right? So then Tuesday, what we're looking at, so I had another 6 new on Tuesday morning, plus the 11, I had 11 calls from the prior day that I just didn't get no answers or whatever. 3 were no-go, 14 no answers. So think about that. I literally didn't schedule 1 estimate on Tuesday. 14 no answers and 3 were no-goes. I had 11 new leads that came in, and I had 13 follow-ups from the day prior. So I scheduled 1 person, and then 14 were no-go or /spam. Because we still do get a little bit of spam here and there.
I mean, it's normal.
Yeah, and then afternoon I had 4 new, and then I had 8 follow-ups. 8 were no-go, 4 no answer.
Right now, before we head to the estimate, what we're gonna do is he's gonna try to schedule somebody live. So
I got the 4 new leads, boom. So I'm gonna click on this guy right here. So let me.
Because the person you called has a voicemail box that.
Highly likely this is probably a spam. So what I would do, and I'll save this for later, I have presets in my keyboard back in the office, and I'll send something like, hey, this is Stan with Landscaping Experts, just reaching back to see if you're still looking for that estimate or something like that. So then I got someone talking about under their hedges, but I'm still going to show you guys, I'm still going to call this person because you never know what it can turn into. Like a lot of leads are going to say, hey, I want my grass cut, but they don't realize that we do patios. For some reason, even though they look at our Facebook, whatever it might be, I'm not going to just chalk this up as a bad lead. I got to figure it out. So, hello? Hey, this is Stan with Landscaping Experts. How's it going today? Yeah, it looked like someone had submitted a form for a project. Was that something you were looking for an estimate on?
For a carpet?
No. I think it was, did it have to do with your backyard or landscaping?
Oh, yeah, I wanted somebody to give me an estimate on landscaping. What kind of landscaper is that? What's the name of the company?
Yeah, Landscaping Experts out of Joliet.
Oh, you're out of Joliet. Oh, so you don't come across the pond.
Yeah, unfortunately not at this time. I'm sorry.
It's 9:30 a.m.
Might as well hit the one last one again. I'll have about 6 probably that come in this afternoon, and then I have my follow-ups too. So I got Tony here, man. Well, So I got this last lead here.
Reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, this is Stan with Landscaping Experts. And then the biggest thing here is what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to text, and I'm going to leave a text, say, hey, this is Stan with Landscaping Experts. Just reaching back on our request for an estimate. Is that something you're still looking for?
Does he say something?
Uno. Test it.
Test. Me, the sale starts when the phone call comes in.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times that's when the sale starts, and a lot of times that's where the sale is lost as well. To you, what is the best way to intake, your leads?
Hey, we could role play real quick, actually.
Yeah.
To show them. So I'm gonna be like, ring, ring.
Hello, who is this?
Hey, this is Stan with Landscape Experts. How's it going today?
I'm okay. What do you want?
Yeah, I was just reaching back on that request for an estimate. Is that something you're still looking for?
Yeah. What do you need?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and just so we don't get disconnected, what was the address of the project? He gives the address. Okay, awesome. And then usually, right, when they reach out through Facebook, whatever it might be, or they put through a form, it auto saves with our CRM their name and their email. But if the email's not there, I'll say, okay, perfect. And lastly, what's a good email for you? He tells me that. Okay, great. And then just to make sure on the same page, can you tell me a little bit more about your project? And, whatever.
Yeah, I want a fire pit. I want a patio. Can you guys come out right now?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And we'll get to the schedule. And then let me ask you, have you had any of your estimates on the project yet?
Yeah, I had 3 guys that came, but one of them was outrageous. The other one didn't get back to me, and the other one, I never heard. Now that I think about it, I never heard back from that guy either.
Okay. Yeah, and obviously I'm just trying to get you guys a question, but typically they'll say like either yes or no. And Alex just knows this, so he just went right into it. But they'll say like, yeah, I've gotten a few, and I'm still calling around. I'll say, okay, perfect. Is there anything about those estimates you've gotten maybe you didn't like that you'd like us to do better when we come out for our walkthrough? And then he'll say that. They give you all the ammo, so that's like really all I need. And that's also going to tell you the type of person they are, because they haven't committed to you yet. You're just a stranger to them, so they have no issue talking shit on another company, which is like, just know that's how they're going to be treating you, right? In a sense, right? That's their demeanor towards people. So it's like, yeah, like that could be a red flag. And then I go, okay, awesome. And then lastly, kind of like on a timeline, what were you maybe looking for with the project?
I would say I want it done next month.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm with you. And the reason I asked, I just like to be fully transparent, because we're mainly a full redesign and build. So a lot of our projects are complete, or a lot of our designs and permits are complete in the wintertime. So I know the soonest we can even touch a project right now is like the beginning of September.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I guess if the price is right, I'll wait, but you guys can come out.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, man. So yeah, what I'll do from here is I'm gonna have the owner, Alex Susan, come out for the estimate. I'm not sure what your guys' availability looks like, but I do know as soon as he can come out, it's X day. He says, okay, perfect. So what I'll do is I'll text this number with all the information. Anything comes up, let us know, and if not, we'll see you then. That simple, right? So again, those are the questions I use every time. When you get a lot of you guys that are watching this, you are the owner. You're like everything's on you right now. You're the one making the calls. And when you make these calls, you got to put on the appointment setter hat. You got to become the front desk person. It's kind of a little,
weird to think about.
Weird, I guess you could say. Yeah, I didn't want to use different wording, but it's like you got to put the ego to the side. I feel like what I see a lot of times are these guys are owners and they got this ego and like my time's worth something, yet they're complaining about fucking not having leads. So it's like, you can hear it in my tone of voice too. You got to be a little higher pitch. You don't have to be, but it's like you are their first impression.
That's perfect case scenario. Like go on. Let's say if they don't answer, like do you just not call them again, or what do you do? Like, because a lot of people are not going to answer.
Yeah.
Do you just drop that lead? What do you do then?
I throw them all away. No, just kidding. So this is, as you guys saw in the office, what I do is I have a bucket system that I created for myself. You can make it however you want for your CRM. At the end of the day, I just want you guys making calls. That's all that matters, right? But for me, like I'll have the new calls come in. If they don't answer, I move them over to this no answer bucket, right? And then I'll just go back and forth through the day because it'll show me the new ones for the day. I'll hit them right away, hit my follow-ups, move them all over to the old bucket again. And I'll just repeat. And my whole saying is like, I think it was a Grant, I remember hearing it from, but is it true that I will follow up till someone dies? It's either me or that someone's going down.
Someone's going to die.
But one thing I did leave out because I don't want to confuse you guys is at the end what I'll do is I'll say, okay, perfect. So, and just to give you an idea how our process works, okay, this is after I confirm timelines or whatever, and before I give them the date.
I'll say, because we're a design and build, I'll say, okay, perfect, Alex. So, just to give you an idea how this works is the owner, he'll come out, look at the space with you, share those options. From there, he's going to give you rough ballpark pricing on the spot. Now, if pricing aligns, we always move forward with a 3D rendering process. The only two things we require for that is your Plata survey and then a $1,500 design credit. Now, that design credit does get credit to your overall construction value. It's really just to make sure that you guys want to move forward with our company, and it's just to meet in the middle. So that's just kind of how our process works. Yeah. And so again, that's kind of how we. You good?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we go about scheduling our leads. That's the questions I ask. And like Alex said, it's just very important that you guys, in my opinion, you take off the owner hat for a second, you put on that front desk, and you remember, like, hey, this is the first impression of the company. They don't give a shit if you're the owner. They don't care. Yeah. That way we can track it. So I'm going to show you in real time, what this sounds like. Hopefully,
like on a timeline, when were you guys maybe looking to move forward to project?
We want to complete it maybe in a month or two. I don't know how aggressive you guys work.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. The reason I asked, I just like to be fully transparent, because we're mainly like a full design and build, so a lot of our designs and permits are completed in the wintertime. So I know the soonest we can even touch a project as of today is probably going to be like first week of September.
First week of September, okay.
Yeah, there's always a chance we could potentially squeeze you up sooner, because you're in Plainfield, but I just like to plan worst case, and then I wouldn't want to lie to you,
No, that's fine. Let's start at this, giving us the estimates and all, right? So that we know what works best for us.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, we definitely do that. And just give you an idea how our process works too is the owner Alex, he'll come out, look at the space with you guys, kind of share those options. From there, he'll be able to give you like a rough ballpark price on the spot. And then if our pricing aligns with what you guys had in mind, then we always move forward with a 3D rendering process. The only two things we require for that is your Plata survey. Then we do ask for a $1,500 design credit. That does get credit to your overall construction value when you do move forward with us. It's just to make sure you guys want to move forward with our company, and it's just really to meet in the middle. But that's kind of just how our process works.
No, I totally get that, right? So when we built our home, we understood all of this process.
Right.
I'm totally aligned with that.
Okay.
If he can give us a ballpark number on the spot, then we go with the design services, you get all the approvals and start to work, right?
Yep.
All right, so this is the second one for you guys.
You can get an understanding is we'll have the owner Alex come out, meet with you on site, kind of share those options, and then for what he'll do is he'll basically be able to give you ballpark numbers on the spot. If our numbers align with what you had in mind, then we do move forward with our 3D rendering process.
Okay, yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah, okay. We can talk about it all and pick and choose stuff.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, so
it's that simple, guys. Like, again, think about it. Monday I had 18 new leads. I scheduled 2, but those are 2 money leads, and again, it's like
Those the ones we're going to today?
Yeah, today, and those are actually the ones that were set for today as well. So you guys will see that in real time how those play out. But yeah, that's how I run my calls. I say the same things over and over. You can tell where their demeanor changes. I wish I actually would have I just didn't have it at the time, but I wish I would have recorded one where they're like, I said the 1,500, and they're like, oh yeah, let me get back to you, right? But it is a good qualifier. I'm not giving them numbers of a full project, right?
Yeah, but at least our process. I know before we weren't doing that, and the issue with that was I go there and tell them our process, and if some people they just don't want to listen or don't want to hear you after the process, and it's like I'm just wasting my time, or you're wasting your time if you don't tell them your process. So the sooner you can set intentions, the sooner you can let them know what your process is, the better it is. All right, so what do we have going on here? This is a pretty simple patio, right?
16 by 24.
16 by 24. We got rid of there was a concrete patio there. Actually, we don't even have a step on this one because it's gonna be pretty flat. Because we got the land is pretty high on this side. So 16 by 24, Beacon Hill slabs. Is it a fossil on this one? Yeah, fossil with a Holland stone border. So pretty straightforward. As you can see, very minimal restoration. I think close to zero. First estimate at 1 o'clock. So we decided to take this time and show you guys like what is the process that we go through, or that I go through. Now, like, this is my part now, right? Stanley already did the legwork and, you know, following up with the lead, scheduling a lead, all that stuff. So so first thing is first, I am gonna try to get some audio if I can during the estimate, but remember, these are new potential clients. I don't want to ask them to be on camera. Maybe that's something that we'll get comfortable enough to do later. But anyway, first thing is first. I'm gonna just walk you guys through what I do is, then again, I pull up Go High Level on my tablet. All right, guys. So what happens when I get to the consultation? First thing is, you know, before I get off the truck, I'm gonna pull up Go High Level. I'm gonna go to the calendar section. As you can see, we have a 1 o'clock. We click on that. I go into their profile to see what kind of notes Stanley took. So this one, redesigned front yard, new build about 3 years ago once paver's installed. All right. And then once I'm there in the consultation, okay, so we set the intention. Then, you know, we ask a few set of questions, and I'll run you guys through them just like it was there. I'm gonna speed through it, and that way you guys can see. All right, you know, so then let me ask you, Stanley, what are you looking to get out of the space? Boom, first thing. Also, another thing to be on the same page. You know, what's your projected timeline to start this project?
Yeah, and you have it all right here, basically.
Yeah.
Just
So here, I'll see if I can show you guys. So you guys can see, like, I run through the list here of all the questions that we need to ask, and there's SOPs throughout this whole process. You know, whether you can even tell or you can't. Like, there's times where you can't even tell. Like this right here, this is an SOP. Doesn't matter how long I've been doing it for. It does not matter. You need to make sure you have an SOP, a checklist, something to follow. That way, every consultation is the same. But that way, when I pass this on to a sales guy, it's repeatable. But, you know, the questions are, you know, HOA, are we going to be self-funding, protected timeline, then we go into flat surface, steps, cooking, structures, fire features, decks. We go down the line on what are the basics that I know a project entails. Like, what does a project like this entail? You know, pavers, steps, pillars, cooking section, structure, all those things. So, like I said, we're going to head to the consultation right now. We're going to talk to them about what's going to happen, give them a ballpark price, and then from there, we'll see if they move on with the design on the spot, and if they don't, then we're going to follow up with them. All right, so we're here. We typically set a timer for 30 minutes, so I should be back within 30 minutes to see what happens. I don't know how I sell as many projects as I do, man. Dealing with these people.
How'd that go?
What else? Oh man, so honestly, not very well. Remember, this is raw, real life shit. Like it's not impossible, but it's not easy. That's why I want to show everything. But yeah, this guy pretty much, I've been knocking and obviously, you know, a couple of times, but called because his doorbell. He finally comes out. He's on a meeting on his computer, and he's like, yeah, so just it says here in the front, measure, and then just let me know. And I'm like, yeah, really quick, I want to, you know, tell you what our process is, so that when you get the invoice, the design invoice, you're not surprised, blah blah blah. He's like, yeah, no, that's fine. He's like, yeah, just measure here, there, and there, and then boom, just went inside and closed the door. So it is what it is. So right now, we have a gap, so we're gonna go get some food. After that, well, you know, the next thing is we have one more estimate, right?
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more on the next one when we get there. So.
All right, so we're back in my house right now. Stop by to eat, but before we go on to the next one, we're gonna go ahead and send them a ballpark figure. If you want to show them really quick here, what
This is preset as well, right? This is what we use.
So this is a preset of what is it that we use. So this, guys, you can see we had a small retaining wall, some plants, and that's really it, right? So from here, I'm gonna go ahead and send it, and they can. It's actually. There's an automation that will text them to let them know, hey, your estimate, your ballpark figure has been sent over, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, obviously from here, we just follow up. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. The consultation wasn't very long, as you guys, you didn't get to see it. But guy didn't really give me a chance to even talk to him. So at this point, just send them the numbers, and then we follow up, and hopefully we can get a chance to talk to them over the phone, and then explain everything, and just go from there.
Do you not have a spinning system?
Nope. So we decided to stop by at another job site before we head to our last appointment. We have maybe a couple hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one's 99% complete. I've showed you guys this in a couple of my vlogs. So let me show you guys what we're working with here. We have a raised patio. This thing is massive. This wall's got to be stand 5 feet. Yeah. And some of it's already buried too. We got the big steps. We have about 25 lights back here, completed today. We got the black glass to match everything, single burner. They wanted, so you can see all the lights under the coping. Beacon Hill Smooth, Holland Stone Premier. It's pretty dope here in the front too. Yeah, so we got the front step. We did an overlay on the porch, covered that step as well. Same thing with the landscaping. We ended up taking all this out. We're gonna do new sod, landscape border, decorative stone there. As you can see, we're doing the sod, all the restoration. We had some of this was okay still, but we ended up just doing the whole front brand new. I think we have like 20 paver lights, and then we also have lights under the stairs as well. So we have 2 walkways on this one. Driveway, another one leading to the street.
Check it out, guys. So I actually stayed back in the truck while he went out to the estimate doing some work in here, but I just got a notification that boom, as of 4:04 today, new design closed, which is the one he's at right now. So I believe he's doing the design walkthrough, but pretty soon he'll be walking through here and we'll have the update. All right, man.
Come on, big dog.
Shit.
Come on, man.
Oh, shit.
Come on,
man.
Bow.
So they saw. I mean, I showed on my end, but in case the clip doesn't come through the best, basically it was about 24 minutes in, he had the they had paid for the design.
How'd you know I paid?
Because I got the notification.
Oh.
Yeah, Discord, yeah.
So
tell the people what happened, man.
So let's
look. Paid bow.
So May 14th. Look at that.
Paid. So yeah, talk about that a little bit. How did it essentially play out?
So ran him through a process as usual. He did like, honestly, the whole us being out to September, it almost like attracted him to us, because he's like, man, it's like I don't know how he worded it, but pretty much said, like, for you guys to be that busy this early, like, it surprised him, and it almost intrigued him as well on, us being that busy. And then he asked about our story, blah blah blah, like pretty much like, how are you guys that busy? I will say, like, this almost was sold already, because Stanley, you guys heard the call. That's the call that was one of the, I think the second call where we showed you guys. So like he was already sold on the idea of, like, hey, he's gonna come. He already knew the whole thing of what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
no surprise.
Yeah, no surprise. And like I said, I feel like it was already sold. And actually, look who's over there, man.
Oh yeah.
Show them who that is.
Can you
man.
zoom in there? It's stuck on your face, but there you go. Right there.
Who is that, man?
Can you zoom in more?
Nah. You guys get the drill. Landscaping experts.
There was really no objections. The objections were handled on the phone with Stanley, because this is the second phone call, that we showed you guys a recording to, and really his only objection was, the timeline. But it was solved over the phone of, like, hey, listen, if you're working with somebody else that can tell you that they can be there sooner, it's like, it's almost like the reason why you don't want to is the reason why you should. So after that was answered and handled, he was ready to go, because at that point he told me right now, man, you guys being out to September, if anything, it sold me more on you guys, because shit, if anything, I'm intrigued. I'm like, how are you guys booked that far out this early into the season? And I explained to him our background, and he's like, man, that's I like that. So, like I said, it's really, it goes back to, you know, the sale being like starts when you pick up the phone.
And something I want to share as well is like this guy, when he put in his submission, he basically told us, I have a design in play. I just need someone to price it out. And a lot of guys are like, oh man, like they're trying to, you know, it's an AI design, this and that. Maybe another contractor did one too. He said he had a sketch from another company, and then he did his own or something. But regardless, if you guys listen back to that part of the call, I didn't make him feel like crap. There was a little bit more to the call, but it was just like him explaining. But I just told him, again, it's selling our process. I don't care about another company, what they price. It has nothing to do with us at the end of the day. So all my intention was, hey man, like I'm with you. And if you listen back, I pretty much say, if you have enough specs and elevations, like it's everything we need, yeah, sure, we can price it out. But dude, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to have those things, right? So again, it's just selling to your process, not being thirsty for a check, and it works out.
So just to add on to that, what Stanley just said is, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if they sound like they're broke. It doesn't matter if, because at that point, all you're doing is just basing it off of emotion, because you can't really you shouldn't judge somebody based on what they say, what they look like, what their house looks like. It's all, at the end of the day, it goes back to what I said earlier. You need to have a process that you can replicate and run somebody through it over and over and over. It doesn't matter what type of person they are. It doesn't matter if they have a design. It doesn't matter if they don't have a design. It doesn't matter if they're price shopping. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what matters is you having a process that you can run anybody through, and then that's how you're going to know. That's really, at the end of the day, where you're playing a number game. And then you just need more leads at that point. All right, guys, so as you guys saw, it is not that hard. We just closed the design. So just to recap, we spent $1,000. We're going to spend $1,000. We probably spent maybe a couple $100 so far. We got 8 estimates?
Yeah.
And we went to go see 2 today. The first one, it was a no-go. I mean, we're still gonna follow up, but the first one didn't go. This last one we just went to right now, as you saw, paid for the design. That's a $70,000 job that we're gonna, close. And also, just so you guys know, once they pay for the design, there's like a 99% chance that we're gonna close that job. So keep that in mind, but we'll show you that in a later video.
Why do you say that?
Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to pay you $1,500 if they're not sold on working with you. So if they make up their mind to give you $1,500, most likely, unless you screw it up pretty bad and you don't deliver on what you talked about, then yeah. But if you deliver on what you promised them, they're 99% sure going to invest with you. So from here, what's next? Honestly, we weren't supposed to have that many appointments this week. We didn't think, because we started running with the ad
With this ad.
Yeah, with this ad, we ran the ad like mid-Sunday.
Sunday it launched.
Yeah, launched. So we launched the ad Sunday.
We had 18 that following morning.
It's Thursday. We didn't expect to have leads that fast, which we already did. But anyway, next video that's coming, so part 3, we're gonna show you guys more consultations, possibly some follow-ups, right?
Yeah.
And probably even by then you'll be able to.
A little bit of that design as well.
Yeah. By then we'll be able to show you guys what it entails. Like, we'll go all the way from the on-site evaluation, like what it takes to pass on the design to the design team. After that, we'll show you guys. I'll probably stop by the office and show you guys like what the design, how it looks like. Yeah, what it looks like to build it out, revisions, all that. But other than that, if you've made it to this point, I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Comment, like, subscribe.